Oh, hello folks on the internet. This is Joel here at Chicago Music Exchange. Don't mind me, just hanging out with my friend here, Mr. 1957 Les Paul Custom. He's a good friend of mine. He treats me right, and I like him a lot. So I got my trusty Metropolitan by Tone King, which is just an amplifier that I know how to get really quickly good tones out of to showcase what this thing sounds like and not so much what the other stuff sounds like. And I'm doing a little bit of a tribute to my favorite custom player who also played, I believe it was a 57 3 pickup custom, Robert Fripp from King Crimson and lots of other musical endeavors, but most famously King Crimson, and just doing wild guitar stuff on his own, played a 3 pickup custom. And so we are using the Strymon El Capistan in its sound on sound mode to do some cool looping, and use some EBow and make some crazy Frippertronics noises. And then just play some clean stuff and some dirty stuff. I want you to hear these pickups. Like all PAF equipped guitars, you kind of get a mixed bag, you never know. I mean, some of them are hot, some of them are mellow, some of them are all over the place. I'd say this set is a little more varied than most. The neck is a little hotter than the bridge. You click onto the neck and you definitely get some boom. You can roll down the volume a little bit to tame it, but you know, sounds beautiful. You wouldn't want to really change it, but it is a little bit more powerful than the bridge pickup. Really full and sweet. Bridge pickup is roaring and chimey and plenty of output for doing rock and gainier stuff. And then the middle switch, which on these 3 pickup customs from the factory, is these two together, which gets you, you know, sort of a out of phase, quackier Strat sound in general in this type of guitar, but this one specifically, the way these two pickups take to each other is very out of phase. Very quacky, has that half-cocked wah pedal tone. Super cool for when you're playing dirty and you want to just real quick stand out in the mix. I mean, it gives you an instantly different, really, really snarly tone with a lot more mids present without having to press a button on a pedal or do anything to your amp, so that's cool. In clean, it's cool. It can be a little bit bright just because of the nature of that out-of-phase sound. And with certain settings, it can be like overly bright, but it's still a really cool, really usable tone and very, very different than anything else. But from the factory, and this thing is totally dead stock. I mean, dead stock. We even have the original case candy. It has like the bill of sale, the little how to use your Tune-O-Matic bridge insert. No surprises, beautiful guitar, fretless wonder for sure. And this is how they came from the factory. And this was supposed to be, you know, when Les designed this, he wanted the Les Paul Custom to be the tuxedo guitar. That's why it's the color it is. It's supposed to look good when you're wearing a tuxedo and playing like a nice jazz gig. That was what he thought this guitar was for. This thing has beautiful original frets, still plays great. Neck is perfect, 57. I would comfortably say this is somewhere around a modern, a little bit slimmer than like a modern 59 on a historic. A little bit of shape to it, more so up by the heel. Pretty even everywhere else. So one really cool thing, interesting thing, good or bad, some people don't like it, some people do, but 57 Custom, this is an all-mahogany guitar. There's no maple cap here. Later customs would get a maple cap. A bunch of little differences that makes, specifically tonally. I mean, this, if you think about it, this is like a giant SG, basically. It's like twice as much wood. It's still all mahogany, though. So it has a certain type of, a little bit of a darker overall character and a certain type of roar and an openness that you don't get with the maple cap Les Pauls. Maple, I think, almost like, it's like the glue that like settles everything in and makes it snappy and punchy. When you take that maple cap off the top, everything loosens up a little bit, gets a little wilder. But I mean, there's nothing to be scared of. It's still an incredibly beautiful sounding guitar, just unique in the Les Paul family. And then the ebony board also makes things a little snappier than a rosewood board would. So interesting, just interesting features. It's unique amongst the solid body PAF offerings from the day. But I love them. Love 50s Customs. This is a beautiful one, all original. It'll make a good home in somebody's collection.